little delayed on that last bit. It's the Epic Show! It's okay, we'll redo it. We'll do another take.
No, that was good. I approve. Welcome, everyone, to the 8-Bit Show. How are y'all doing?
Good.
Yeah. Good.
I had a pretty big breakfast, though. I don't know if I got room for 8 bits.
Well, make way.
Yeah. You can get
Here
them.
they come.
It's like your vegetables. You have to get them. Or you'll die suddenly. I know it's extreme, but yeah.
Or in like 50 years. You never know.
Exactly.
That's why it's so
I mean, if I live another 50 years, that'd be pretty sweet. You doing good? Actually, that sounds not sweet. Nah.
I guess it depends, right? Like,
lately, not so much.
Wait, no, I don't want to see the world in 50 years.
I'm a little worried about the next year.
Right.
Or this year.
Or this year, even. Yeah. Oh my God. It's been a morning.
A morning.
Yeah.
I mean, damn.
Certainly one of the mornings of all time.
It's been a while. I mean, we didn't do the podcast yesterday, so
No, we didn't. And then so last night, just a little behind the scenes note. I don't know if you guys are watching, but I wanted to do a little something for the podcast, and then I got sidetracked with realizing that what I had just learned would allow me to do create stingers for our video. So now we get a little curtain drop when we change screens now.
nice.
Yeah.
Little transitions. I like it. Little Mario.
Yeah.
Super Mario World.
Yep. And I stayed up very late to complete that. So trying to get that to work was what you guys were hearing me curse and yell at this morning because it wasn't quite right. But
well, we admire your dedication.
Going sideways.
You know what?
Dedication to the craft is commendable.
Thank you.
But next time, do better. Small note.
Small note. Just a small note. Jeeves.
I think it's neat.
Thank you. At least someone appreciates it.
Oh, I appreciate it. But, do better.
Appreciate it a lot more if it didn't suck.
Appreciate it a lot more if you just made it quicker and didn't spend so much time on it.
Thanks.
Yeah,
harsh.
No problem.
Yeah. My feelings are
Glad to
hurt.
give solid advice.
But you know what? I'm happy that you're honest, Christian. So
I'm trying to learn from the best of the best. You know, the CEOs, the
well, you're doing a great job.
upper
I'll tell you that now.
And one thing I have learned is you mean very little. And if I neg you hard enough, maybe you'll do a good job.
That is the way it works.
Yeah.
That sounds accurate.
That sounds accurate to the way they believe.
Well, with that, should we hop into the news?
To negging you? Okay. I mean,
Is it working?
Insist.
I do insist.
I guess we could get to news. Yeah.
All right.
There's news.
Shall I go first? You want to go first?
Well, I don't know. What do you got? You didn't post anything, so I was assuming you have zero news.
I have a few things.
Oh, see, he just likes to keep his hidden from
I do.
everybody.
secret things.
Yeah, they are secret things. No,
I like
I'll
it
post
that way.
them.
It's like a surprise. You guys get my honest reactions to the news. Like I haven't pre-watched any of this.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Try and keep things pretty authentic here on the show.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so first thing up that I have is I don't think we talked about this previously, but Marvel Rivals was talking about there being a rank reset mid-season.
No, because that just happened this week.
No. What happened this week was they decided to reverse that.
Well, yeah, but that all happened this week. Like, I'm pretty sure
Yes, that's what we're talking about
memo
this
went
week.
off
It's
on, like,
news.
Yeah.
the original memo went off on like Sunday,
Oh, did it?
maybe.
I don't remember.
It was like
I thought
early
I thought it was before.
but it was like a really fast like turnaround.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No. So yeah, there's not going to be a rank reset, which there was a huge backlash, and it was pretty cool. I thought to see them
It's nice
reverse
that they
this so
listened to
quickly.
the community.
Yeah, exactly.
Overwatch would have been like, yeah, well, we're resetting it now. How's that?
Right.
We were gonna wait, but now you said something.
Mm-hmm.
No, that's pretty good that they'll at least listen.
Yeah.
You know? Something to be said about that,
Mm-hmm.
I suppose.
Yeah, so the two highlights here is the first half is still gonna end on February 21st, and Gold Rank will receive the costume reward and Crest of Honors, and then like we said, those players will retain their ranks and scores from the end of the first half. And to earn new rewards, players simply need to complete 10 matches in competitive mode and meet the relevant conditions by the end of the season.
So won't let me play matches in competitive mode because I have too many and also not enough friends.
Right.
It's
Yeah.
a real problem. Yeah.
That was a little annoying, but it's okay. I'm not too big on the
It's
competitive
fine.
thing anyways.
Yeah, I don't really care, honestly. all that much.
Their reasoning for it makes sense and is fine, I guess. It was a little annoying. I don't really care about comp either.
Yeah.
But I did all that setting. I like turned on the voice chat and stuff. You were
Yeah.
ready to
I
talk
know,
to
right?
randos and got all set up for it and had like a plan. And I mean, I don't know how quickly our plan was going to fall apart, but we had a plan.
Yeah, but
Mike
the
was
thing
rare
is,
for us.
we came up
4
with a
or
plan.
5 seconds.
Yeah, it was good practice for coming. Well, and then we went and tried that plan in quick play and did well with it.
Mm-hmm. And then we did our own thing, and it fell apart quickly.
And I fell apart rather quickly. Yeah.
It's almost like if we think about things ahead of time, we do better.
No, we just honestly.
Yeah, preparation and team coordination are probably the things that we could improve the easiest on all of our gameplay.
For all of us, like this, and this goes for every one of the people we play with, is that we need to get better with like more heroes and different counters.
Well, that would help. I mean, even just
We're
knowing
getting there.
knowing
like,
other heroes will help you counter them just in and of itself, just because they're like you'll have a better feel for what their abilities are, what their cooldowns are.
what
Yeah,
they can do.
yeah, because I still find out things where I'm like,
Just having the passing knowledge of that hero and their abilities is going to give you a huge advantage when fighting against them. Should be like, oh, Namor just popped his bubble. I know he's got like a long cooldown on that. He won't be able to hit his shift again for a little while. Now's the time to go bomb him. He doesn't have a get out of jail free card.
right, and there's still
Shit like that.
little nuances about the characters where it's like I'll watch a short and like, did you know that when you do this with the character? I'm like, I did not know that at all. Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, I mean, just I think if we got like some people that we learned how to like hard counter other ones with, like, I'm trying to with other people, like even trying to like hard counter Iron Man with Iron Man, which has been fun and funny.
Mhm.
So like just figuring out different
No, for
people
sure.
that we can pull off different counters with, because it's not always going to be like just the clear meta, you know.
Oh yeah.
Also comes down to what you can do skill wise.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's good though that they listen to the audience,
Right.
or like their community in general.
Agreed. Yeah, that gives me some hope for the future of where the game might go. So
I guess that's a good lead into one of my stories.
Yeah.
Which is Overwatch 2 is changing things up a little bit.
Are they now? Who would ever make them do that?
Some of this they've claimed they've been working on for well longer than Rivals has been a new thing.
Mm-hmm.
Which is fair. But they're introducing a couple new things. They're introducing like a perk system, which is working on a like in-match level up, kind of like Battleborn.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Well,
that was my favorite thing about Battleborn, that I feel like since Overwatch was so popular and set the tone for hero shooters, kind of lost that.
So it's
from
actually
Battleborn.
an interesting thing. Like during the game, you'll be able to level up to.
I mean, it works a lot more like a normal MOBA that way.
Yeah, you'll be able to work up to level 3 and change it and choosing different perks that can drastically change the way you play. Some of the examples I saw were like Mercy. Mercy's like healing beam, locking onto 2 people instead of just 1.
Mm-hmm.
And there was a couple other ones that were shown. But
Interesting. Will it be enough? Yeah, that's
I mean,
the question.
the thing is, it's pretty cool. It's a cool addition and could definitely change up the way they play, right?
Yeah.
Many are calling it like a response to the team up aspect of Rivals,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think is necessarily fair. It feels fairly different for that.
Yeah.
But it can definitely help like shake things up. And they stated, what was I read it this morning. So this was after the article that I found for it, but is that they were saying that we should be a little scared of what we're putting out there. Overwatch 2 lead designer spoke up about the hero perks and basically the need to like let go of balance because this will definitely throw off like balancing.
Huh. Yeah. I mean, maybe they were working on this before, but that statement right there makes me believe that no, they see the writing on the wall of why people have been leaving their game. Because balance isn't everything. If you want the masses to enjoy your game, like sure, if you're going full competitive, like yeah, you can throw in that need for the balance in competitive mode. I understand that.
Lead gameplay designer Alec Dawson told the Roundtable Press at Blizzard Irving campus this week that perks were in the works long before Rivals' new hero shooter, and that the motivation ultimately came from a growing feeling that Overwatch was at risk of stagnating. One thing we all agreed on was that Overwatch needed to evolve and needed to have more choice. That's also interesting considering they're bringing back loot boxes as well.
Yeah. I did hear about this.
As a surprise welcome back to the community. And of course, they want us to like celebrate this. Like this is some sort of good celebration moment. Loot boxes are back. You remember, you guys were all asking for them.
Clamoring for those loot boxes.
No, the only complaint that I went and kind of looked to see if anyone had like complained about like the lack of loot boxes.
Mm-hmm.
And the only thing I could find is that people are complaining because that you used to be able to unlock more things.
Yeah.
Like you were given more free things.
It's not about the...
It's not the loot box, guys.
Yeah,
it's the fact that you went and hit all that stuff about locked content because you were mad that you couldn't do loot boxes.
Exactly.
So just more of,
they understand.
Like, executives not understanding anything.
Right. Anything.
But yeah, Overwatch making some changes to try and get some people back. That I'm sure the timing of definitely has to do with Rivals, as their player count has fallen off since Rivals has come out.
I mean, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Scratching that same hero shooter itch, and it's probably in a lot more. Yeah, it's new and shitty
heroes for them to play around with.
And then there's a lot of complaints that people had about Overwatch that don't exist in Rivals. Although I've also seen, I've seen people who, were coming over from Overwatch and trying Rivals, being like, "Oh, this game sucks ass, so we go play Overwatch some more."
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I could go both ways, I guess.
Yeah, I like Rivals a little bit better, but I feel at this point it's because it's still in that niche of being a little less competitive market than like Overwatch. Overwatch pushed their like competitive side really hard.
Yeah, definitely.
In the name of balance and all that, which is fine, but it also breaks your audience up.
Yeah.
You get less casual people that want to play your game, which Marvel wants to hold on to.
Yeah.
Which is fine. It's more of a kid thing and like family thing anyways, right? Marvel in itself.
Yeah, that's true.
Like, especially since, Disney took
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Disney's always going to push that, like, being family-oriented things.
Yeah. And again, that's...
For better or worse.
That's what they want to do. That's fine, I guess. It's a thing.
Well, they're the ones with the money, so...
They're the ones with the money.
Yes, that's what they can do.
Mm-hmm.
What else you got?
Let's see. Next up. So this, I found this. I don't even remember where I saw, but since we're not just gaming, I wanted to include this because it's stupid and ridiculous.
Okay.
So from Variety, Taylor Lautner is going to be starring in a new television show.
Bless you.
I
Um,
I don't know who that is.
You don't know who Taylor Lautner is?
Not by name.
You don't know who Taylor Lautner? I don't know who that is.
He's the guy from the werewolf from Twilight. You know that,
Nope.
right?
Nope, don't care.
I do know the werewolf from Twilight. Yeah.
I don't know why that's such a wow that I don't know that though.
His name's Jacob.
Yeah, exactly. That's why, because it was everywhere.
I mean, now that well,
was
you know, you put the
dumb.
name, you put the face to him. So yeah, I guess in a sense I do know him.
Oh, I don't remember his face. I remember that guy he never wore a shirt.
That guy scares me, and he never wears a shirt.
Actually, I remember seeing like some video of him when he was like, I don't know, he had to have been like 9 or 10 or whatever, and he was ridiculously ripped then, and it was like, geez.
Maybe he's a werewolf.
Well, no, because the new TV show he is starring in, he plays himself as Taylor Lautner, werewolf hunter.
Oh,
Well, look, Werewolf Hunter doesn't make him any less likely to be a werewolf. I'm going to just point that
If anything,
out.
more likely.
That's actually very true. Good points. I
think
what you brought
sticks
up.
a werewolf to be a werewolf.
I know vampires who are vampire hunters. You can definitely have a werewolf who's a werewolf hunter. Not out of the realm of possibilities.
Look at this in the Variety article. Outside of Twilight, Lautner is known for his roles in films like The Adventure of Shark Boy and Lava Girl, Abduction, and The Ridiculous Six.
Every one of those movies I've never seen.
Right? Me neither.
So yeah, your whole you don't know who this is? Yeah, I've never seen a single one of his fucking movies, Frankie. I don't know who it is.
You're just saying names now?
But you have also seen at least some of what was that, Shark Boy, Lava Girl. There's no way you
Those are the Spy
avoided seeing.
Kids. Those are the Spy Kids stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've watched like people make fun of.
Yeah, exactly. Like
Make fun of? What's to make fun of on the Spy Kids? They're awesome. The kids that do spying?
No,
it ends there. Well, okay. Well,
Robert Rodriguez made it.
I just want to read you guys something.
Trejo said it because Robert Rodriguez made it.
This is the official log line for the series. After wrapping the final Twilight film, Taylor Lautner vanished from the spotlight. Fans speculated, tabloids theorized, but the truth is wilder than fiction. Taylor wasn't just taking a mental health break. He was preparing for his real calling. Taylor Lautner, werewolf hunter. Playing himself, Taylor is drawn into a secret society of werewolf trackers who need his unique expertise. As he navigates his double life, Hollywood actor by day, supernatural warrior by night, Taylor must wrestle with the ultimate irony, fighting the very creatures that made him famous. Between saving the world,
have a shirt?
Probably not. Between saving the world, reviving his career, and falling in love, he faces the ultimate question: what happens when your biggest role becomes your greatest enemy?
Sounds
Stupid.
So you repeated
really
this,
dumb.
So you repeated
really
this
dumb
to Sky,
TV
and she
show.
was like, "Yes, sign me up." I'm guessing.
Oh, she thought this sounded good.
Sky, yeah.
Yeah,
Sky, this is 100%.
No, this just sounded so ridiculous. Gee,
How is this getting made?
This
is
have
a
no
dumb
idea.
premise.
I know. It's so dumb. So yeah, there's that little bit of.
It's pretty silly. I gotta check it out just because it's like bizarre.
It's so unique,
right? See, that's how they win.
I mean, they could also pull it off by being like real tongue in cheek and stuff like that. I see ways that they could do it. Just it's
this will only work, and I'll only actually like watch it for more than just the stupidity of it. If it is very tongue in cheek.
Or the shirtless dude.
It needs to start off with the whole first episode with him shirtless. Like,
oh yeah, I don't want to see him in a shirt like.
I just wanted to like for no reason, even with like continuity errors, the camera just cuts to him. He's not wearing a shirt anymore.
Yeah, that would be great, actually.
Just like every scene before it, like it can start with him taking off the shirt. That's fine because that's hot.
And then the next time it cuts to him, he's taking it off again.
But yeah, next scene he's taking off yet another shirt, and it's like a different shirt too. Same day. Like, we haven't changed days or time frames or anything.
Oh, yes. Beautiful. I approve.
That would be just...
Yeah, we'll see. I'll watch the first episode, at least see if it's in a like you said, the sort of tongue in cheek, that would be good for it. But if it takes itself seriously at all, I think that it won't work. So,
speaking of a show that I don't think it's going to take itself too seriously at all, I did see they put out a new teaser trailer for Twisted Metal season 2.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to watch
and it looks like it's going to be great. Although they distinctly like show a character without showing a character. The character Axel from the games, the guy who's just like a dude between two wheels. Yeah. They show his vehicle and they show him standing next to it, and I'm like, yeah, of course they don't want to show him driving it because that's gonna probably look really bad.
Or really great.
Or really great in different ways. I'm hoping for really great.
You're right.
Yeah, that made me think of that. That wasn't really a bit of my news, but it did make me think of it. Let's see. I got some more. I've got more news. I do. Let's see. We talked about the Overwatch thing. I watched Sony's State of Play this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not, so I'm glad you did.
Someone has to watch it.
Yeah,
I didn't watch it either.
There were some fairly cool trailers. They showed off a new trailer for Borderlands 4.
Yeah.
And gave a release date, like September.
Okay. Yeah, September 23rd, right? That's what I saw.
So I think so. I believe that was it. They showed off the game called Darwin Paradox. Some little puzzle platformer. They showed off a Dave the Diver DLC. Which, Andrew, you'll like. I wanted to get your initial reaction here on the show, so I've actually saved this. It's a DLC that features Ichiban's Holiday. It's called Ichiban's Holiday.
Oh, shit.
And it features, like,
I don't know. I've never even played Dave the Diver.
Kasuga Ichiban. As he comes to the Blue Hole Islands that Dave is at. Be ready for karaoke, beat 'em up style, infiltration, and a familiar face.
Sweet. I imagine it's a lot more like a lot more Infinite Wealth related than the first one. Because in Infinite Wealth, you're in like Hawaii, and I feel like there's a lot more shoreline stuff going on.
Well, this wasn't in Hawaii, but this is to give him a break. He takes a well-deserved break to the Blue Hole, which is where Dave is from.
Oh, okay. Well, he does deserve a break. Each one, the hardest working guy in Japan.
Yeah, he's going to get a break until, of course, he stumbles upon a dolphin poaching syndicate.
Uh-oh.
Which will force Ichiban and Dave into action together. It looks pretty cool. I'm kind of excited now that I've been playing the Like a Dragon series.
Right? Perfect time to get those crossover references, I guess. This series just slapped.
They came up with, or they have a trailer for a new Digimon game.
Oh, really?
JRPG game called Digimon Story: The Time Stranger. So that's kind of cool. I haven't thought about Digimon for a while, and then when I saw that, it was like, hey, cool, Digimon.
Right? Huh.
They also showed off. I don't know why they're making it. They're doing a Days. Yeah, they're doing a Days Gone remastered.
Oh,
riding onto PS5.
why?
Yeah, that's the question.
That game, like, it's not even that old.
That's
Wait, am I crazy?
No,
This isn't some game that came out like 10 years ago or anything. This is.
nope, you're not wrong. So there was a whole lot of trailers. If you want to go look at it, there was some more trailers for Like a Dragon, Yakuza, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii.
Oh, yeah, they got that demo out now, too.
A new trailer for Lost Souls Aside, which is a stylish combat game. It looks kind of. It looks kind of Devil May Cry. I don't know. There's a lot of these types of games coming out now. I'm really excited. The Souls-like games are slowly starting to fade, and we're getting more the Devil May Cry release.
Yeah.
They showed another Metal Gear Solid Snake Eater trailer. We got a new Onimusha trailer, which we can talk about here in just a little bit. And I got a trailer for a game that looked really cool that I hadn't heard of before. And it was called Tides of Annihilation. The single-player action game. The trailer looked really cool. It's like it takes place in London, and you play as Gwendolyn, and you explore London's iconic landmarks, calling specters of the Knights of the Round Table into combat. So it's like around like Arthurian mythos, and they had for their what caught me is that they stated that their inspirations were like Devil May Cry and God of War. They wanted like the Devil May Cry, really fun, fast-paced combat with like the epic sizes and enemies from like God of War.
Yeah.
And the trailer looks really cool. And I just read another little thing about it this morning that was kind of funny. The voice actress who plays Gwendolyn is the same actress who did Shadowheart for Baldur's Gate 3. And her partner, her like real life partner, is playing the I guess the antagonist to this game. So they get a like voice act together.
Oh wow!
And play opposites of each other, which was kind of fun. They were making statements of. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
So yeah, Sony's State of Play. It was pretty good. There was more than I announced. There was a whole lot. So
yeah, there's so much. I was trying to keep up with you on the video, and there's so much on here. I can't find shit.
There's so much I couldn't even.
Yeah, this looks like
more of the split fiction game, the one that's like sci-fi and fantasy mixed together. They showed off a lot.
I heard there's a new Pixel Junk game.
Yeah, and PC gooners around the world can celebrate as the game Stellar Blade is coming to PC. In June, which I'm actually kind of excited for too. It actually looks like a really good action game, so I'm gonna play that with all of its jiggly physic wonders. Yeah, there's so many games got announced that I can't even go over There's so many.
Yeah.
Not all of them that caught my eye, but of course, that's just me. Others might have caught yours. The Onimusha thing, though, that's a good segue into some talk about that.
Yeah.
Why am I?
I don't know. There. I thought I saw that. Here we go. Show that part.
My Chrome just crashed on me for a second.
Uh-oh.
Good stuff.
It's over.
I got it.
Oh, we're back.
So, Onimusha licensed the likeness for Japanese actor Toshio Mifune, who is best known for starring in films like Seven Samurai, The Hidden Fortress, and Yojimbo, for director Akira Kurosawa.
Mm-hmm.
And he's been dead. Toshio Mifune has been dead for 30 years. But they got his likeness, and they're bringing him back for this game. Of course, this has caused some kerfuffle.
Yeah.
I don't know. Some people are against it. Some people have pointed out that it's at least better. I don't know. I kind of agree with this kind of segment that it's I feel it's better than that of the movie ones, because they try and use just really uncanny valley CGI,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Where in a video game it was always going to be uncanny valley CGI aspect, right?
Yeah.
So it takes away from that horridness. They are it's not like they're stealing the likeness. They are paying for it. From what I found is that they are paying the estate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's good.
But of course they're using his likeness because of his iconic Japanese samurai movie legend identity. Which I don't know how much of I imagine in Japan that will have a bigger sales impact than it would here.
Yeah, I think so. Probably. I mean, he definitely got some.
I'm sure
we're going to
Yeah. Look, I like Akira Kurosawa movies as good as the next guy, and I happen to know who they were talking about. But that's me.
Right.
I'm sure I could go ask 10 people on the street, and they'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about? Go get away from me."
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
but yeah.
I mean, I don't know how you feel about it being used, but
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to look into this some more, but it sounds like they're doing it the right way. From what you said, which is important.
Yeah, I mean, in movies, it bothers me more just because it just looks so off-putting.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that uncanny valley has not been fixed for
me. That's always been the biggest issue. I get that the actor can't be paid anymore, but usually that money's going to the estate, which is then going to the family. Yeah, because usually the family's the owner of the estate. Not always, but usually.
Not always, but yeah.
So I really don't mind that all too much.
Yeah.
It's just usually weird and off-putting to me.
Yeah, I think it's a lot less what's the word? It doesn't feel as disjointed if it's inside of a video game, because it's all fake imagery anyways, right?
Yeah, I mean, he was always going to look he's going to look like a video game character. I mean, it doesn't matter how good the graphics get, right? at a certain point, I know I'm playing a video game.
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool. Like, I watched those movies growing up. I like those movies. And I really like the Onimusha series. And he's, I think, a good fit.
Oh yeah.
For that.
No,
and
for
it's
sure.
not like. And another thing for like the movie side of it is that it feels like it takes away from an actor. Where you're not really necessarily taking away from an actor here, because someone's going to voice him.
Yeah.
And it isn't going to be him. Nor would they like CGI that voice, like AI that voice in.
Well, they could. I mean, that's the thing, that AI reproduction of people's voices has gotten scarily good.
I just don't think that there's enough good recordings of his voice to make a good convincing one anyway.
You only need like 10 seconds now.
Yeah.
It's crazy how little that you need, because it just, now that AI can just
not to mention he never spoke English.
That's true. But you don't need that, because what it does is it takes away like sections of like the sounds. If you were to look at it in, what's it called?
I'm sure it wouldn't sound right. And they're not, I doubt that they're doing that.
I doubt they're doing
probably going to have some voice actor do it, which they'll give credit to. It's just for player model, right? Like, I think there's something different about that. I don't know. Maybe there's not. Then someone could give me a better reason, but I don't know. It doesn't feel as controversial to me.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's not as controversial. I do still see how people can be off by it, for sure.
I mean, what was it recently? Harrison Ford was talking about the Indiana Jones game, and he brought up that like Hollywood doesn't need AI. He was talking about Troy Baker's performance. And how close it was to like his own. Like, he basically, like, he was like, Troy Barker just stole my identity in that movie.
Yeah, that's right. I remember seeing that.
Like, I don't need AI to do it. You just did. Like,
right. I know, he did such a good job with that.
He really did. So good job to Troy Baker and stuff. But I think you can find a voice actor who would be willing to try and match that level of awesomeness. Right. I don't know.
Totally.
I'm still excited for the game.
Yeah. I got some more Marvel Rival news.
Even more.
Yeah. So speaking with IGN, it sounds like they were asked about Marvel Rivals coming to Switch 2.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. And they've said they're already in contacts with Nintendo.
Where you heard it, guys. Mario and Marvel Rivals confirmed.
Right?
We get Mario, get Donkey Kong, get Link, Samus coming.
No, I mean, it makes sense.
They basically said, though, if it runs on the hardware, if they can provide a good experience, they'll do that. That's the reason why it wasn't out on the original Switch, because it
that makes sense. It's not. I know the optimization of that game. I've seen it. I've seen it with my own eyes.
Exactly. Yeah, they'd have to really optimize for the Switch. They might even have to do it for the Switch too. We'll have to see. But yeah, that makes sense. Tis.
So the DICE Awards happened.
They did happen.
Yeah.
Nintendo didn't win shit.
No, they didn't. Of course, the DICE Awards are we talk about it like almost every time, but DICE Awards are definitely for the awards for people who care more about like the legitimacy of an award over like Game of the Year.
It's not just a vote-in popularity contest kind of award.
This is like judges line up, voted for by people in the industry, and who know it well. So this is usually a bit more of a legit list to go off of what at least the industry, our leaders in our industry, are feeling about the games. I guess we shouldn't have to go over all. There's a lot of them.
There is a lot.
So best action game of the year, with the nominees being Batman: Arkham Shadow, Black Myth: Wukong, Call of Duty Black Ops, Stellar Blade, and Helldivers 2. Helldivers 2 wins best action game.
Woo! Oh, I need some applause.
Gotta agree with it.
I agree. Yeah,
that was my game of the year. I'd certainly agree. Best action game.
Adventure game of the year. Nominees being 1000x Resist, Animal Well, Indiana Jones, Legend of Zelda: The Echoes of Wisdom, and The Prince of Persia: Lost Crown. The winner was Indiana Jones. Family game of the year. Was with Astrobot, Cat Quest 3, Little Kitty, Big City.
The Astrobot.
Plucky Squire.
Astrobot's
and Super Mario Party Jamboree.
Is it
Astrobot wins?
It's Astrobot is the winner.
I would have never guessed.
Fighting game of the year was between Blazing Strike, Dragon Ball Z, Sparkling Zero, Mortal Kombat 1, Chaos Reigns.
Sparking Zero.
Sparkling Zero. Tekken 8 and Underdogs. Winner being Tekken 8.
Nice.
There were only 3 racing games in contention this year for Game of the Year: F1 24, MotoGP 24, or Night Runners, the prologue. Formula 1 24 is the winner. Role-playing game of the year. We had Final Fantasy VII Rebirth, Dragon Age Veilguard, Elden Ring Shadow of the Erdtree, Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth, and Metaphor ReFantazio.
I haven't played any of those, but my vote's for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
Okay, well, it was Metaphor one.
Okay, I heard really good things about that game, too.
Apparently, if you really like Persona games, you'll really like that game.
Before I ended up checking out Like a Dragon, I was thinking about checking that Metaphor game out. But I ended up on this, and I'm glad I did. I won't go back. This game fucking kicks ass.
Mm-hmm.
Strategy / simulation game of the year. We have Caves of Cud, Frostpunk 2, Tactical Breach Wizards, Satisfactory, or Bellatro. Bellatro.
Ball. A.
Bellatro.
Tro.
Bellatro.
Bellatro. That's how the developers pronounce it.
And that's exactly who won.
What was that, Bellatro?
Yep.
No, it's Bellatro.
Bellatro, of course.
Outstanding achievements for an independent game. Bellatro won that one as well. They also won Mobile Game of the Year.
Mm-hmm.
Online Game of the Year was between Black Ops 6, Diablo 4, Marvel Rivals, and Warhammer 40k Space Marine, and Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2.
Helldivers 2 is the winner.
Woo!
Outstanding achievement. Outstanding achievement in game design went to Astrobot as well.
Oh, nice.
Outstanding achievement in game direction went to Animal Well.
Okay.
So good job, Animal Well, and Big Mode.
That's the video game donkey game.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
and of course, the big one, Game of the Year, which was between Balatro, Black Myth Wukong, Helldivers 2, Indiana Jones, The Great Circle, and Astrobot. Astrobot won.
Yeah. But Astrobot, so hot right now.
Really is.
Astro hot. That's what I like to call them.
Hear what Sony said? They would like to make more games that do as well as Astrobot. No shit.
Okay, yeah. Well,
they also said that they wanted to focus on like the family friendly.
Oh yeah,
just the same thing. The family friendly, like platforming, iconic.
Yeah, it sells extremely well if you do it right. You know.
It looks like they did do it right. It wasn't just a like, oh, let's throw this shit at the wall and see if it sticks kind of thing. They put a lot of love into that. And from what I can tell, like I haven't played it, but it looks like they put a lot of love. It looks like it's like what a platformer should be.
Helldivers 2 also walked away with a couple of other awards.
Okay.
They also won achievement in audio design. And
yeah, that's pretty good.
And an achievement in original music composition.
Okay, nice. Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, epic.
I mean, dude, when I think of Helldive and I think of that song.
Yeah, totally. It plays in my head.
Covered in oil.
Whenever I think of managed democracy, which is frequently.
I'm always thinking of it.
So yeah, DICE Awards. Always a good time. Congrats to all the winners.
Yeah. Nice.
What you got? What else you got?
Next
what else you got, bro?
I got Valve. You guys hear what Valve is doing?
Valve.
Valve.
Are you trying to say a vowel?
No.
Like the letter O?
No.
E. I. You. Sometimes why?
So gaming on
yeah.
has
suck over him.
Yeah. How do I mute him again? Gaming on Linux, I guess they unearthed that Valve has updated some of their requirements for games being on their service. That says that if they have paid advertising inside of the games that kind of get in the way of the game, then it can't be on Steam. Yeah, so
outstanding. Good job, Valve.
Yeah,
that's what it's doing over there.
They dug into it a little further. Apparently, it's been on there for a while, but now they're making it kind of more.
They're going to enforce it.
Yeah, well, not just they're going to enforce it, but they're making it more well known. Because maybe that wasn't clear to developers, and so maybe they're getting ready to like step up on it. But they need to make that clear to developers that you can't have that shit.
Yeah. Advertisers just be getting egregious these days,
right? They really have. But yeah.
Well, they can go advertise on X.
Why? So no one will see it.
Yeah. That's where you go for
Not
your
the porn
ads
site
to die.
It's not a porn site.
It's not. You're right.
And why would I advertise it out there? Just not gonna be any traffic.
Although technically, at this point, it kind of is just a porn site. The only things that are on there are Nazis and like porn ads.
It's true.
Sounds like my kind of site.
And it's all from
except for the Nazis.
It's all from like Asian. Not sure what like all over. There's some Chinese. There's some Korean. There's like a whole bunch. But like none of the names anymore that like the people posting are like the people I know. And I've blocked Elon Musk like 6 times, yet somehow I still managed to get his.
Oh no, I told you that. It's because he posts in his ad space now. So you don't have ads blocked, so you still see the ads.
Yeah.
And there's nothing else but that ad space.
It's a hellscape.
No one else is doing it, so he might as well, you know?
It's a hellscape of a place. That's all my point is.
Oh yeah. Yeah, Twitter sucks.
Move away from that.
Hot take here.
So this was kind of cool. We talked about something similar last time, or I brought up a cool little like bundle for like supporting people.
Yeah.
And I found another one.
Yeah.
Workers in France's video game industry took part in a nationwide one-day strike this last week.
Mm-hmm.
And they put together a strike bundle on itch.io.
Nice. That's good.
You can get a whole bunch, a mix of things. It's more than 50 games, some digital books, and some other materials, all dealing with like game industry stuff, and of course those little games and stuff like that are always pretty fun.
Yeah.
This strike is going to, or this bundle is going to be helping with those individuals who are on strike, as those always take a lot of money from people.
Right.
And as I feel I can pretty well confidently say that we're all pretty well pro union and pro striking, especially within the video game industry.
Yes.
It seems like a pretty good thing to try and go help with.
Yeah, no, that's pretty cool because I mean it's one of those things with like striking. It's like the people who are asking for help literally have to put themselves in a worse position to do that.
Well, really, it's always unfortunate too because it always gets put out there like, oh, they're just doing it for a raise.
Yeah,
and often, yes, a raise is part of like a negotiation. It's often in there as well.
Yeah,
but a lot of it is just a lot of it is just like they'll forego the raise if they can get the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, understand, like when it comes to those negotiations, you want to put in everything you want.
Yeah,
on the table, because when they come back with the counter, it's going to be less, a lot less.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yeah, that's cool.
It's just part of that world. And in those times, people don't think about like those people who are striking aren't being paid.
Yeah.
Not getting paid to do it.
Nope.
So the strikes that last like a really long time, like the voice actor strike that's still going on in the video game industry. Although some to level that's eased up a bit as more and more studios are signing agreements with them, but still, those ones that are on strike for a long time,
right?
It's hard. It's not easy.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Indeed.
Got anything else?
Yeah, I got one more here. So, Marvel Rivals.
God damn it. Why can't you roll this shit up into one thing? Organize.
Let's put it out.
I'm spreading it out to get more content from it, you see?
Oh,
free news threads on Marvel Rivals,
Yeah.
not just one Marvel Rivals update.
And
I
listen,
crunched like 3 or 4 of my articles in together because they were kind of all about the same thing.
yeah, but you know what? If IGN can have one interview and talk and have 3 different articles on their website, then I can piggyback off of that. Okay?
That's fair.
We're in
I didn't know
agreement
IGN was that bad about it.
I actually get irritated when I'm going through my
I'm on
news.
Christian's side now after you said what IGN was doing.
I get frustrated when I go through the news and it's just like a long list, especially when like a new popular game comes out. It's just a long list of like how to solve this puzzle, what to do.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Like, come on, guys.
I know. Yeah.
Is there a way to like get this off of my feed?
I know.
And only get certain parts, but no.
There's a reason why there's a lot of issues with gaming journalism.
I get it. Like, I understand putting out those articles. I just wish there was a way to like avoid them in my feed.
Yeah, no.
Not that I hate those articles being out there.
There should be a news-only feed, but none of the websites have that. You know?
Yeah.
So.
Well, not easily. Yeah. Some websites you can access just like certain tabs.
Yeah.
And so you can keep track that way.
But they usually don't offer those as a feed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so the last little bit here of my Marvel Rivals news is that IGN, in that same interview, they asked NetEase on plans for PvE. And NetEase said that they basically don't have a plan right now, but if they were to do that, if they were to do some PvE stuff, that they'd want to look into like a quote-unquote lighter game mode. So I don't know exactly what that means.
That might be something like the soccer thing they had going on.
Maybe,
yeah, where you have like 1 or 2. You got like 2 two
limited
things
heroes,
yeah, exactly,
and limited skills. Yeah, I assume that's what they mean by like limited game mode.
Yeah, we'll see. It's we'll have to see if it does come. I think it's something that people are clamoring for. But the other part of that is that they said that, you know, if they were to have it kind of be the same, I guess the same kit, you know, for PvE, then they would just make a separate game. Which I think is actually kind of an appropriate way to deal with it. Because, yeah. I might buy it. It'd be kind of cool to have all these heroes that you already know from one game and have it translate over to another. You know, in like actually playing the story of what is going on in the background to Marvel Rivals. That could be fun.
It could be cool. I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I don't think Marvel Rivals is so far handling things in a fairly decent way. Like I said, as long as they don't like try and focus on being in either camp specifically of being like super casual or being super competitive.
Yeah.
And working solely towards balance. If they can keep like that mid between, I think they'll do good. Which I think goes to show why they shouldn't like do a reset for the first season. Like, you should give people the time during the craziness. You want to switch things up. You switch up those team abilities, like they're wanting to do soon.
Well, that's supposed to be. Those are supposed to change seasonally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And those will be a great way to like just shake things up,
right? Make it feel a little
even in the competitive mode for those people.
Exactly.
So I think they're handling things all right. Yeah. I'm still intrigued to see where Rivals ends up in a few years. I'd still like to see things be a little bit easier to earn, like their in-game income.
Oh yeah, no.
Even just the costume one, even just like the blue base token, I think needs to be a little bit easier to get. Not necessarily talking the gold, but the one to like purchase costumes and stuff, I think should be a little easier to get.
Yeah, for how much they cost. Should be just a little, you know. Make it feel like I'm making progress instead of just being like, oh God, when am I ever gonna be able to buy a costume this way? You know, I need to feel that
whether
reward.
That comes down to putting in like another category of missions to do.
Yeah.
That might take you like a good month to do.
Yeah.
Or something. There needs to be some other ways to earn those income.
Agreed.
Just a little easier because they're egregious with how much money they're charging for things. With that basis of you can earn it in game, but not really. Like at the start of a season, you can earn quite a bit off of their like seasonal challenges. You can earn like a decent amount, but you'll finish those rather quickly.
Yeah.
If you're playing like any amount of time, so then you're sit there earning nothing for a long period.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's all I have.
All right, well, I've got one more thing. I haven't gotten to do this in a while because he retired. So we're gonna take a shit on Bobby Kotick, former Activision CEO.
He thought he could escape us by retiring.
Yeah. Well, then he came out and did an interview.
Big mistake.
No, he did a podcast, or he was on a podcast recently called Grit. It's a business podcast, and they feature, American venture capital companies and CEOs and stuff. And he appeared with former EA CEO Bing Gordon to talk about their company's histories. Bobby Kotick was asked about a widely reported incident of a petition going up to have him removed as CEO, which attracted over 1,000 signatures. Which he had some interesting statements. He called it like fake.
Yeah.
He said there was no wrongdoing. He denied any wrongdoing and says that the allegations and the claims were put out by a union who wanted to attract more members, and so put him into like a smear campaign. This is kind of gross to me, as it takes away from like it takes any agency away from like the women who like came forward,
right? Well,
and said
I mean,
there was
on top of it, with it being such a public thing when it came out.
Yeah,
like
that's like we heard from like first accounts of like some things that were not good. And so it takes away from them, whether this whole thing started as some sort of like way to get members into this union. There was like some things they can point to help it, right? There was an independent investigation, which did determine that there was no that they didn't uncover any workplace misconduct. But again, that's a third-party company that Activision hired at the time. Their job was not to find it.
Well, that's a tough thing too, because it's like, who do you make pay for a third party investigation?
This was all even to like one of the reasons like he can quote this stuff is that it was settled.
Yeah.
All this stuff was settled. There was a $54 million settlement that was reached from the company culture. So he can say that, oh yeah, there was none, and he can claim all this that like it was settled because legally he can. You know?
Yeah. Well, here's the thing, honestly. Like, if he really feels like, you know, it was all slander against him, then you know, you could go to court for that and prove that it was slander, since apparently everything's on your side.
Yeah. He blames the Communication Workers of America Union because they were looking at technology because they were losing representatives because their biggest ones were like News Guild, Comcast, and people realized that those were fading away. So they started reaching out to other companies, including Activision Blizzard, Tesla, SpaceX, and others. Which might be the case that they were like reaching out to other ones, but
yeah,
like I said, like trying to say that the whole thing was a fake allegations, even though there was like first account people, like just because you settled it, just because you spent a shit ton of money to settle it, doesn't mean those actions didn't happen.
Yeah, right.
You can legally claim you're not responsible for any of it, but we know you are. Anyways, Bobby Kotick sucks. The interview he did just if you want to get frustrated and annoyed, the article that we have by Rock Paper Shotgun breaks it down pretty well, at least into these claims. They go through like the past and stuff. But there was, of course, all the other statements he made during it, which aren't mentioned in this article because it's about a specific thing.
Mm-hmm.
But my God, if you ever want to get frustrated by listening to two CEOs,
check out this podcast.
basically just jerk each other off about how great they were in an industry.
Mm-hmm.
I will give it to a Grit. I mean, they did bring up this whole thing, right? They at least brought up some tension to point them out as maybe not great. But their responses to it are disgusting and gross.
Yeah, well, it's like, all right, well, but did they lowball him? I mean, I haven't checked out the actual interview itself, so
I don't. Like I said, the article by Rock Paper Shotgun does break down the interview pretty well, and I don't think the interview really does. I don't think they're trying painting him in any light. It seems like just kind of a classic business interview for the most part.
Yeah,
of what I at least listened to and stuff. Like I said, most of it is just a big circle jerk of these two talking about how great they were in the video game industry and all the good they did.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't in like they were in a rather friendly interview.
Yeah.
It was maybe not as biased on one way or the other, but
no, it just I mean, even if they're trying to be, you know, responsible in what they're trying to do, it doesn't sound like they're trying to do like hard journalism there. So
no, I think they brought this up as more of something to like,
hey, it's something that should be addressed.
Interesting.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
Like, hey, these allegations happened. What happened with this? Why do you think this happened the way it did?
Yeah.
Classic interview stuff. I don't think it was in one way or the other. I listened to part of it. I could not get through the whole podcast. But
That's
tried.
fair.
I can't listen to these guys for more than like 10 minutes at a time and not want to pull my hair out.
Again, that's completely understandable. Well, yeah, I think that does it for the news. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe.
I don't know.
No,
You guys have
I don't have
anything
any.
else?
I don't have any further news myself now.
I don't really have any further news either.
Anybody have anything less?
Or less news.
Yeah.
I've got an update here. We didn't have to even talk about these things yet.
Avowed comes out in a couple days. I'm kind of stoked about that.
Yeah.
I want to play that. Kind of looking forward to playing that.
Speaking of, so Avowed, that comes out in 2 days, February 18th. Get that on the Xbox Series X/S and the PC.
Yeah, you get on Game Pass.
Yeah.
Which is convenient because, I mean, I really liked Outer Worlds and I ended up buying it on Steam. But am I glad that I got to play it on Xbox first?
Well, I don't think I would have tried out this Yakuza Like a Dragon if it wasn't on Game Pass. Now I'm all about it.
Yeah, and you bought Infinite Wealth.
I bought Infinite Wealth. Yeah. As soon as I finish this game, I go play Infinite Wealth.
As did I. Game Pass works to sell games. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. It definitely doesn't take away from selling games.
Even if I don't necessarily buy it from the Xbox store.
Right.
Which I'm sure Xbox would want. But the game developer is going to give a shit where I buy the game from. They just want me to play their game. That's why I like game developers.
We got a few other games coming out too. I'll just mention what we got over from what GameSpot has. Lost Records, Bloom and Rage Tape 1. That also comes out on February 18th on PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC.
Ooh. I don't know what those are.
Neither do I. HPL, I have no idea. Something Rising. That's coming out on the PC on February 19th. And Die in the Dungeon, which I like the name of this game, so maybe I'll check that out. That's coming out on the PC.
I don't very much like the sound of that name.
What? Why not? That sounds like there's a challenge. You know? Like you're
don't want to die or be in a dungeon. I'd rather live on a tropical island or something. I played that game.
One of my early access games came out of early access this week.
Oh, yeah?
Mind Over Magic.
Oh, yeah, I saw that on the Steam pages, yeah.
Very much a colony builder, oxygen not included style type thing.
Okay.
And it has you build a magical school, and you take in students, and students can eventually become teachers, or you send them off graduated. It's pretty fun. It has a dungeon thing that you got to go do that turns it into turn-based RPG system. As you make your way lower and lower into the underschool.
That's an undercroft.
Yeah. As you build new rooms, and you got to do the whole having specific requirements for rooms to get bonuses and stuff.
Yeah.
It has that type of mechanic. It's super fun little game. I played it as one of our background games before. But yeah, it just came out on full release. I could recommend that game.
Noted.
And I will recommend that.
And I will.
Recommend it right now.
Go play it or else.
Or else.
Uh,
Or else be sad that you didn't get to play it.
I didn't know there'd be an or else.
Well, yeah, or you'll be sad that you didn't get to play the game.
Oh, now
Sorry.
I'm sad.
Just made me think.
I'm sad for my future self that might be sad. A lot of empathy for that future self.
Well, how was everyone's weeks? Should we get to that?
We can get to that.
Great.
Not much to report.
Yeah, my week was kind of slow too, so I got one thing really to report.
Okay, Frankie. Well, go ahead and make that report. Check it. Report in.
Okay.
What are you seeing? What's in the field?
What's in the fields? Rabbits and grass.
Not that field.
Oh,
What?
sorry.
You're looking at the wrong field.
sorry. I see. No, so
The other one with dirt.
there's an anthill over here. Is that exciting? No?
Fascinating.
Pretty exciting.
I guess for anthologists. I don't know what they're called.
I mean,
they
I
might
watched
find
this.
it exciting.
I watched this guy on.
Well, it'd be like an etymologist, is someone who studies insects.
No, but I want somebody that just studies ants.
Well, that'd just be an etymologist that specializes in ants. I don't think they have their own term. Maybe I'm wrong on that, though. Maybe
I
I do.
don't know.
Antiphiles.
Antiphiles.
I don't. No, that's the way that fucks ants.
That's a different kind of love.
Oh my god, there is actually the study of ants is called myrmecology. Holy cow.
Myrmecology. I would never guess that.
Right? I've never even heard of that, like anything even scientific related that uses any of those letters to describe ants. So, anyways, no, so I didn't play many video games other than the usual Marvel Rivals, Balatro, a little bit of Mario Party, which we still haven't unlocked everything. I feel like for us, we play it pretty often. So like people who do it very casually, like how long does this gonna take to?
Until the next one comes out, probably.
I imagine there'd be a way to like speed through unlocking that stuff, but you guys play like
I'm sure there is.
you guys play like normal and how you want to play, so there's no
Yeah.
pushing to get those things and stuff.
Well, we're also not like trying to go for the achievements, which I think is how you really unlock everything. We did take a look at them though this time, so maybe next time we play, we might actually try for some of them. We've just been playing, and then if we unlock them, then cool. But yeah. So, but those have been fun. Still having fun with all of those. I did go see the new Captain America.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, and
Brave New World.
Brave New World. I gotta say,
And how was Harrison Ford?
Captain America, a whole new world.
Harrison Ford wasn't that bad, honestly. He's Harrison Ford. Like, I feel like he's at this age where he doesn't care about the source material. He's there to put on a
He's
show.
never cared about. He's at an age that he doesn't care. He's never cared.
No.
He's made his whole career on being the actor who does not give a shit what, like, he does not fandom.
Give a shit.
He does not play to the fandom shit. Like, he just plays a role.
Yeah,
The man does his job and he gets out of there.
He's really bad at the interview circuit to build up hype for the movies. So that's part of his job. Damn it,
That's true.
he doesn't do his job.
No, I feel like there's this difference in the way that he acts in like older movies of his, where I feel like he did take it more seriously in the moment, and now he's just so comfortable with what he does that he's like,
I don't know.
He's still.
I don't
he's
get
still,
that picture from him. I don't get that picture from him, especially when like you have like Mark Hamill saying that like it's not that kind of movie, kid.
Yeah, well, that's what I
like
mean.
Statements like that for like Star Wars.
But he understands. Like, I think that's just kind of like what he's naturally good at. That he understands the kind of movie that it is, like how you have to perform.
Look,
maybe he's not naturally good, but he's learned it. But
I don't want to take away from any accolades from Harrison Ford. I love him. He's responsible for like 90% of my favorite childhood movies.
No, but he did great, honestly. I think all the actors are great. I think there's some really awesome moments in that movie. I thought that the CGI is pretty bad. Honestly, like there's some of it that's really good and you're like, wow, like I'm in the moment here, and then there's other times where you're just like, were they just standing in front of like an old CRT TV with the image in the background, because that's what it feels like here. And so yeah, maybe Harrison Ford took away too much of the budget that they
possibly
had. So yeah, there's definitely some issues with the movies. The pacing is a little weird at times, but I gotta say, like overall, I think it's an okay movie. Like it's not great. It's hard to say whether I'd put it even into like a good camp, but it leans more in the good camp than the bad camp, definitely. Like it's something that I think,
like compared to the level of movies that have come out recently.
Like, well, okay, but I'm
like,
that's the thing.
Not been great recently.
I've enjoyed a lot of the movies that have come out recently. Honestly, like I think they have their place. They fit the story, and some of them can tell like really good story and be meaningful, even if they're not like completely well executed. This is not the height of Marvel for sure. And I don't think you really need to check it out, but there's some fun bits to it if you're into the Marvel universe. I think there's some fun to be had, but like don't go into it thinking like this is going to be a movie that you absolutely love. One thing that it does really well, though, that I do want to mention is that it calls back to a lot of older Captain Americas in a way that doesn't feel forced, doesn't feel egregious. It's just like there's some really cool nods to it in the way that they tell the story that just kind of references other things that happened before in a way that might not be very obvious, but kind of helps to tell, because there's a lot of like racial commentary in there, not as heavy as a TV show, the Bucky and Falcon show, but it's still there. And you know, there's a lot of political things that it has to say as well, and so I think kind of what they've done with that is actually kind of nice, because it's not like, I don't know, maybe that's why people hate it so much, because it doesn't feel like it's in your face, but maybe for those people that hate it, it was. So I don't know, but I thought it was fun more than anything. So
Okay.
Yeah, that's my take on it. Honestly, it really just got me pumped for the Thunderbolts movie. That thing looks really good, and I'm excited for it. I can't wait to see that.
Really?
Yeah. I think it looks great. Like it looks hilarious.
Marvel's fallen off a little bit for me. Their last few attempts at movies have not been.
What have you seen of their last few movies?
Nothing really.
Yeah, so I don't know where you're talking from.
Well, I obviously Marvel's failing to even get him to go to the movies.
You just have opinions about things you've never seen.
I still need to watch.
I mean, I've never seen most of the Marvel movies. I have strong opinions on them, but more as like a broad category and not like individual movies.
Yeah, no, it's fair. You still need what now?
I still need to watch Guardians of the Galaxy 3.
I thought you'd seen that.
No.
Oh yeah, that's actually one of their really good ones.
I don't mind, like, that's not one that I'm having a problem with. It's just like everything really that like trailers and stuff I've watched, it's just none of it grabs.
That's fair.
It's all kind of fallen a little bit in quality. The few movies I have watched past then weren't really great.
What was the last Marvel movie that you watched?
I was trying to think of it, but I can't think of it right now. I mean,
I don't know.
Technically, the last one I watched I recently watched Iron Man 3, but that's because I've been trying to go through them all again on like a little rewatch. And those are great. Those are fantastic. Marvel 3 or Iron Man 3 makes some of the newer Marvel movies I've seen not.
It's funny.
Make it actually a good movie.
Well, going back and watching the third one, a lot of what happens in that makes more sense having seen the last Avengers movies. Like it
just plays more into his whole having like this PTSD and trauma behind, having died a couple times now.
I mean, just some of the stuff with the kid, that part was like I liked the kid, he was funny, but when I first saw it I was like, that whole section was just weird.
I mean, a lot of people when it came out didn't like what they did with the Mandrake.
Oh yeah, that's true. I remember that too.
And it does go off comic like a lot.
Yeah.
But I always saw Marvel for what they were trying to do, which was have a new thing. So I was okay with a bit of like retelling a story.
Yeah.
Never minded that.
Yeah, me neither. Yeah, that part didn't upset me. Then or now.
I don't know, man. Like, I still need to watch that one, and I want to see the Wakanda Forever, but
yeah, Wakanda Forever isn't their highlight stuff either, honestly. Like, it's not bad again, but
even like the Multiverse of Madness and stuff like that, once it introduced, like, once they started trying to introduce the multiverse, they were like, I don't know, everything got kind of mixed up, because then they also started throwing in the TV shows and whatnot.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, you're just doing the same thing you did with the comics. You're spanning out too far.
I don't know. I think they have a pretty good reign on it. They're not letting it get too far, but there's just a lot of content that's there if you want to get into it. Like, but there is a lot of content to begin with. It's always been a complaint of Marvel, and now they get complaints on both sides. So what can you do? You can't win them all.
Can't win them all.
I mean, we'll see what happens. If they can bring it back at some point, that'd be great.
Yeah, I mean, I think for you should really watch the Loki series, the TV series. That one I think you will really like. I don't know how you feel about WandaVision and Multiverse of Madness, but
I watched the first season of Wanda. It's the only bit of the TV shows I did watch.
Mm-hmm.
And I liked the whole premise at the beginning of it, but
yeah, that's right. But you didn't like that they diverted away from that in the end.
It goes away rather quickly.
Yeah.
And didn't keep me as interested.
Yeah, that's fair. But yeah, I think you really like Loki in particular. I think that's probably the best television show that they have in the Marvel universe. There's just every bit of it. I think there's a lot of love and care in there, and the way it all comes together, it's pretty great. So if you're gonna skip the TV shows, that's fine. That's all good and well, but that's one that I think you should consider watching. Anyone out there? But yeah, that's it for me.
I also don't know, like the end of it, like with Endgame and what that finished off and stuff. It was just such a, like, you can't beat that. That was so good. All the way to that point, they were really nailing it.
I don't know about that. There's a lot of kind of crap in there. Not crap. Not great stuff, though.
Look.
Although, still, the Dark World. Oh, God, I still hate that one.
I want to like it. I want to like it.
Right.
But yeah. You can tell a lot of people were very frustrated with that movie.
Honestly, the way that it feels like to me is that with how good Infinity War and Endgame were, it just made their lackluster titles feel that much worse, because those two movies were so good.
Yeah, like
they captured everything that I wanted out of the Marvel universe, and it is hard to hit on that again with what they had built. I don't know if they'll ever be able to get to that point again, but I don't.
Minus the first Avengers movie. The movie with Avengers are great.
Oh, you didn't like the first one?
Yeah.
I actually didn't like the second one as much. Like, the highlight for me was James Spader. But that's just James Spader. He's excellent. His voice is just so iconic.
The first one, it doesn't get interesting until like really later on. And it doesn't really, like, it sets up more for Iron Man than anything else.
That's fair.
Yeah. I don't know. There's a lot of movies that I need to watch anyways.
Yeah, same here. Too many.
What about you, Andrew? What do you got?
Yeah.
Oh, a whole lot of nothing, really. I just I played Not Like a Dragon, and yeah, that's about it. Played Like a Dragon. Played Marvel Rivals with you guys.
You did.
You were there. You guys remember that?
I
Remember
was.
that.
You were.
Those are good times.
2 wars.
I mean, watch the new Severance, watch the new Invincible. Those were both really good.
Severance is so good. So good.
Really really liking the new season of that. And Invincible's been good. Although the whole Mark and Eve romance, I feel like, is really slowing down Invincible. But I feel that way about a lot of romance plots and stuff like that. It just feels kind of shoehorned in there. Like, probably could have had those characters develop a bit more naturally.
They could have switched over to his dad's side much quicker than they did.
But yeah, that's about that. Very boring week of not a whole lot. Yeah, excited. I'm sure I'll have more. I mean, hopefully I can finish this game. I should have more next week. Talk about Like a Dragon, Infinite Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
But I already talked about Yakuza Like a Dragon a shitload. If you like JRPGs, you should try it. And if you're like me and don't really like JRPGs very much and think they're stupid and weeby, you should try it too, because I like it.
It definitely has a little less of the weebiness than like any other.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. Still looks
really,
pretty
that
weeby
just
to me.
comes
That
down.
what?
Really, it just comes down to the fact that it's not like animated weeby style.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Other than that,
It feels like they're trying to go for a live action look on it, like not anime characters.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe that's just what I find insufferable in JRPGs.
You found it.
Because this thing slaps. So that's all the normal JRPG trappings. Actually, I played the newest Dragon Quest, and I quite liked that game too.
the newest Dragon Quest game was really good.
Yeah, and this one's purposefully trying to be like that. That's what the Like a Dragon is.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to be like a Dragon Quest game.
The main character.
Characters talk about it. Yeah.
Yeah, the main character's favorite game growing up is Dragon Quest.
Nice.
And so he's like, yeah, he's the hero because that's what he wants to be. Like, he wants to be the hero from Dragon Quest.
That's fair.
That's why his hair looks like that.
Yeah, that's all
Well,
the hair
it's
about.
actually because he got a bad perm, but that's why he's got like.
It was an attempt. It was an attempt at doing the Dragon Quest thing.
That's good. I approve of that.
Yeah.
He's got Dragon Quest. It's important.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's pretty much my whole week. Very lame week.
Okay.
Christian, you also have a boring week?
Well, let's see. I played this new game. It's called Marvel Biles. I think that was it.
Marble Rivals.
Marble Rivals. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like Marvel Rivals, but it's only marbles.
Exactly.
Marbles fighting each other. We just color them up like the heroes that they're supposed to be. It's a new like lo-fi build on it.
That's fair. I'm about it.
It's got like battle bits, but Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
It actually runs on my PC.
Playing Rivals. That's been pretty fun, yeah. Trying new characters out. Since I reached Lord proficiency with Loki.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm a master Loki player. That's
what that means.
yeah.
Everybody's always saying, yeah.
Yeah. That's what they call me.
Yeah, we can be a lot of stuff.
What?
Some we can't mention here on the air.
Wait, what? What do you call me?
Just you're fine.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Continue.
Don't like this. Anyways, I've also been playing Like a Dragon, Yakuza. It is a really fun JRPG. With it also doing like the job system and stuff. It's really fun. Like, you know, everyone has their different job costumes, but when you walk around in the normal world, they're all in their like regular clothes. And like, so are the enemies. They're all dressed like normally, but when the fight starts, they become all like kind of unique, and dress more for like what kind of monster they are, right?
Mm-hmm.
And like your guys and your party's clothes change. So, and it's been determined through the story that your main character like has like hallucinated that aspect of like or at least of the enemies changing.
Oh,
right. like the enemy, the way they look and stuff like that. They're like, he's like, did you see that? And they're like, what are you talking? So I like to think that he does that for like their outfits too when they're fighting.
mm-hmm.
Like Like they're really just dressed normally, but he sees them all
Yeah.
dressed in whatever outfit their job happens to be.
All it needs is
Which is why, like,
a
on
Sailor Moon style transformation.
why, like,
I would like something like that. Yeah.
Well, like watching like Andrew's gameplay, you can see he has like the knight armor on when he's in a fight.
Yeah.
But outside that, he's not. So it's like he's not actually wearing that armor, even in the fight. You know, it's just.
Oh yeah, no, Ichiban's just crazy.
That's just what he sees because Ichiban's also a lunatic. He's delusional, which is great for his character.
Yeah.
Yeah, new season of Invincible has been a lot of fun. Lots of blood, lots of gore. But Severance has been like excellent. Very frustrating because they are not answering many questions and only giving you more.
It's a little something called cultivating an air of mystique.
You were like a season and a half in right now. You couldn't answer one question?
They did answer your question. Just because the answer raised more questions doesn't mean they didn't answer your question.
Ah, that's fair.
They did not answer my question.
What was your question?
Why Mark S?
They did answer that. It's because he's the only one who can complete Cold Harbor.
But why? Is he the only
You
one?
already had a question. You can't say it didn't answer question.
Yeah. There's only one
Until the end
allowed.
of this season, before you get another question, okay? I imagine your question is, what's Cold Harbor? But, you know. I mean, we did. There's some stuff revealed there. Mark's more important than I thought he was. I thought he was just another, like, worker cog, but he's actually, which is probably why he hasn't gotten shit canned already for all the shenanigans he pulls. He's actually, like, they need him. But again, you know, it answered questions just because, like, what the fuck is Cold Harbor? Like,
No, but why do they
That's
need
that area
him so
in
bad?
ESL,
Why is
pretty sure.
like why is it? Mark
because he's
S?
the only one who can finish Cold Harbor on time. That's what they said. They need him because he's the only one who can do a whatever, make a MacGuffin. The only one who can cook a McMuffin in under 3 minutes.
He's the only one who can make the McMuffin.
That's right. That requires skill, you know.
He's the only one with the know-how, the expertise.
I mean, it does like answer questions. It's just those questions create more questions,
Yeah.
and then they make more questions, and they tell 5 friends.
This sounds like how I felt about From season 2.
It's
like,
really good. It's like super fantastic. The whole premise of being able to split your mind like that is just fucking weird. And it's all just super well performed, well written. Ben Stiller, damn, good job, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't know like I had it in him.
Well, shoot.
What else?
Avowed comes out in 2 days.
Nerds.
I think we talked about that.
No, we didn't.
Yeah.
Christian should talk about it some more.
I'm excited about that. And then
I'm not
later
really all
this
that
year, we get Avowed, and then later this year we get Outer Worlds 2.
Oh, that's cooler.
Yeah.
I didn't know Outer Worlds 2 was coming out.
So big year for Obsidian, I would
I
say.
guess so, yeah.
Right?
And the reviews I'm seeing for Avowed are fairly promising. Technically, you can play it now, I think, because you have early access to the game.
Yeah, there's already reviews out for the game and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you got the whatever edition comes with the early access.
Yeah, yeah.
I did not. Well, because I just have the free Game Pass edition. It doesn't come with the early access, although Game Pass is like covered with ads to upgrade to the premium edition and get it. Pay us $23 so you can play this game 5 days early. And I'm sure there's some other stuff that comes in that premium bundle, but that's what it feels like on the Game Pass right now. Give us $23 so you can play this game early. No, I'll just wait until Tuesday. Fuck. 5 days early is not enough.
That's not worth it.
I can wait.
$23. You get to say you played it before anybody else that also paid money.
Well, I mean, yeah, it's played it before anyone except for anyone else who paid that $23.
Yeah.
It's early access is early access is like the weakest of deluxe bonuses.
I mean,
I'm sure that like edition comes with other stuff besides the early access.
There's a few things I feel it takes away from any actual release date. Your release date is then the day of the early access.
Yeah, I'm honestly not completely opposed to it because it's like, all right, it's on a service that you're paying for, but like it's one of those things where it's like it's all lumped in with other games and whatnot. So you want to make a little bit of extra cash by having people play the game early, I guess, if people are that excited about it.
I guess it was that way of like, because it's coming out early on game, or because it's coming out day one on Game Pass.
Mm-hmm.
What a way of trying to sell copies.
Yeah.
I'll give it that, I guess, because it's coming out on that. But like, it's a common like deluxe edition thing is to have like early access to your game.
Yeah.
But it really just changes the like release date of your game.
Right. Yeah. It's an exclusive release date.
My point is it's just a really weak bonus to have, and you better have more than that.
That's true.
If you're gonna like charge.
I agree with that. I do agree with that because it is a pretty like I guess if you're super into whatever the studio is, I guess, but I don't know. Don't be that into what a company says. Like it's cool to be a fan, but maybe like
no, it's cool. It's not even on any consumer side. It's fine for us to have like an early act, like it is technically a bonus for us, but like
but it just
from
feels
the
like
development side, you're just
it feels like
the game.
It feels like the I mean, not even from a development side. It just sounds like from a corporation side. Like, how do we convince you to spend money? Like that's all that it really feels like.
Yeah.
Oh, I should say more money.
Well, not like that. Not for I could try it on their part. It's not the way you're going to get me to spend money. Not for 5 day early access. If we're talking like 6 month early access or something, yeah, sure, okay. Your deluxe edition. I'll pre-order your deluxe edition.
I get that if you want to like do like be a part of a beta.
Yeah,
for pre-ordering the game.
Yeah,
that's like a little thing.
Join the closed beta for pre-ordering the game. Yeah, those I think are reasonable.
That's different. That's a different type of thing. Because you're then becoming a part of its like growth. Which that's fine. But usually those are a lot longer than I'm mostly just talking to the ones that are like, get the game a week early.
Yeah,
it's
most
like,
of them aren't even that. They're like 5 days early.
Yeah. I've seen the 2 day early one.
Yeah.
It's like, come on.
Agreed.
It's a dumb bonus. That's all I'm saying.
I feel like more than one time I've seen it where they had that as a bonus, and then they end up like not being able to deliver on that as a bonus for like one reason or another. Like the server goes down. The server goes down, for like the whole weekend, and that was supposed to be their like weekend early access, and so that bonus is just gone now. They're still going to launch their game at the same time they were going to launch it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
More than once I've seen that happen to games that do
things that companies do. We didn't talk about
Ubisoft?
the PlayStation the PlayStation outage
going
reward.
down.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We talked about it because it happened like while the news was breaking about it, even though it was down like for 12 hours at that point when we talked about it. And I think it was down for a total of like 20 or something like that.
Yeah.
Almost a full day.
Pretty rough.
Yeah. And so what they gave people 5 free days of whatever the service is called, Sony PlayStation Plus online.
PlayStation Plus, yeah.
Things.
That shit used to be free.
And then people complained about that, so they gave them another 10 or 5 days. So I don't know. Just give people a month. Like, why does it got to be this weird?
The last time this happened,
like,
last time it went down like that, they gave everybody like 3 free games.
Yeah,
and
I mean, it was down for a long time,
and access for a while to Plus, but that was like 3 days.
Yeah,
they were down for like 3 days last time.
I thought they were down for longer than that. I thought they were down for like a week.
No, I thought it was only like 3-4 days. 4 days max.
What year did that happen? That was like
2010?
2010?
Somewhere around there?
2015.
Yeah, that's around 2010.
It's true. It was.
Yeah,
oh no. 2015 was okay. Oh, yeah. No, Christian, you're right. 2011 lasted 24 days.
Oh, goddamn.
Oh.
I think I do remember that one, yeah.
Definitely was more than 3 or 4 days. Definitely more than 4 at max.
Yeah. More like 3 or 4 weekends.
Yeah. I was gonna say that thing was like, it wasn't a month, but it was pretty close to it. But yeah, so 3 weeks and some change. That one, I think that's deserving of some games and whatnot. Like, that makes sense there. It just feels like this one is like, oh, we're sorry. Here's an incentive for you to buy a month of PlayStation.
Oh, we're sorry. You want to buy PlayStation Plus?
Yeah, exactly. 'Cause for everyone that already has it, it's like, okay, I guess that's cool. Like, whatever. You know, it's you're giving me more than I lost, so that's fine. But for anybody who didn't have it, like the PlayStation Plus, but still couldn't play their games because the service was down. Because there was more than a few people who were complaining about that. I don't know which games were effective, but
probably anything that would require getting onto the PlayStation Network.
No, because Rivals, I guess, does require that, but for some reason, Rivals and some other games were working.
Huh.
Yeah, and like the thing is that Sony doesn't say exactly what happened, so nobody really knows why some games were working and others weren't.
Sorry.
Sounds like somebody took down a server. Honestly, just crashed it. Like, yeah, I installed Minecraft on here.
Someone left their router and
blew up a server. I'm sorry. I wanted to play some Gary's mod with a friend.
He said it'd be fine.
Yeah, it runs perfectly fine every time. He said
it'd be cool. He lied to me.
Do you know Frankie 1029? Never play with that guy.
I did nothing. Yeah. All right. Well, shall we call that here?
Yeah. That's it for the week.
Yeah.
That's all she wrote.
Probably join us at some point this week.
Oh yeah.
Rivals.
I wanna
Rivalin.
I do want to stream later today. Capture some new video to turn into some content. Chino?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We should have got some yesterday.
Right?
We
Yeah.
all got prepped up for a big competitive match and changed their voice settings and everything, and then found out that you can't 5-stack in a competitive match.
Right. Fun times. I'm glad we knew that going in.
I guess we just gotta find a 6th person to play with.
Yeah. Sounds like either way we will soon. So. Maybe.
Yeah, probably. We got some people on tap for that, right?
Yeah, we got some
like
hopefuls.
Yeah.
We got
I think
we got to test their skills to make sure that they can
I do not think that would be fair.
We're gonna have auditions.
Which one of us would we even accept if we held auditions?
Not me.
Not me. It's truth time. I was looking for a way out of the team. I feel like I just hindered people.
Yes. Oh yeah. That's what you could expect us more of. Us hindering one another in some Marvel Rivals later this week, maybe today. And yeah. Thank you, Two Littles. Thank you, Coffee and Corn Nuts.
You're welcome.
It's been fun. This is a great picture that you're doing here. I love it. And thank you everyone out there for joining us this week and all the other weeks that you join in. We're getting some good numbers on the downloads, so yeah, it seems like more and more people are coming in. So drop us a line.
Last few episodes have been really good, so
yeah,
no wonder.
Yeah, that's why I'm up in this production value.
Content.
Right?
Might not be good at Marvel Rivals, but we're good at podcasting.
My God, we're good at something. And one day we will find out what that thing is.
It's gonna be something.
You're right.
So join us on that journey.
Find out with us next week. Probably not.
Right. Till then, we love you. Bye.
Bye.